What's up, Pokemon players? Welcome to the first video of my new Pokemon TCG online channel. I'll keep this first video pretty simple as it's more of a test run than anything, but let's go ahead and get into it. This is my Salazzle GX Lurantis deck. So Salazzle GX, all attacks only cost 2 energy, so very easy to charge up, and also that does a relatively good job of protecting against Gardevoir GX's attack. Heat Blast, 110 damage, that's pretty much good for a 2-shot on everything if you consider Choice Band and Lurantis. And then if you take 3 or more prizes, Diabolical Claw starts to hit really hard, starts to one-shot things, so a very strong finisher. If you find yourself in a pinch, Queen Haze GX, discard all energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. That can buy you a turn, help you catch up to the board state, so very nice. And then, like I said, we are pairing him with Lurantis. Grass and Fire Pokemon, our Grass and Fire Pokemon in play do 20 more damage. That's a super strong partner for Salazzle. That allows him to hit numbers on very important numbers to one-hit KO things, or reach KOs on things that he wouldn't otherwise be able to KO on his own. Do have one Mr. Mime in here with Bench Barrier because spread damage and Miraculous Shine is such a strong, prevalent strategy out there right now. This will be in most of my decks going forward. For the foreseeable future anyway. One Oranguru to help against the late game in. 3 Tapu Lele GX is kind of a backup attacker, but mostly just to find us the supporters we need. So speaking of, pretty standard supporter lineup, although I do play one Acerola in here. Any deck that uses 2 or less energy attacks, it's good to include Acerola. Just pick up a damaged Pokemon, promote a new healthy one, and start charging up a new healthy one as well. So very good in a deck like this that only uses, a couple energy for an attack. A couple Field Blowers, pretty standard. I do have 2 Max Elixirs in here to accelerate energy, help us catch up to the board state if we find ourselves behind for any reason. 1 Nest Ball. I kind of like the 1 Nest Ball in a lot of decks because I don't like to bridge it twice, but I often find myself just needing one more Pokemon that I need to evolve, or maybe an Oranguru or Mr. Mime or something that I couldn't get initially with Bridget. 1 Rescue Stretcher, get back Pokemon I need. Scorched Earth, help me dig a little bit more. And then 3 Choice Bands to help us reach numbers on things. 3 Float Stones, just for the free retreat on things like Oranguru, potentially anything that we need to retreat. And then 12 energy. Make sure that's kind of high, but I do want to make sure we're manually attaching every turn. I also use them to dig with Scorched Earth, and we want to make sure we're hitting them with Max Elixir. So that's basically the deck. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment and I will get back to you right away. Otherwise, enjoy the match. Alright, so let's get into a match here. This is one I recorded earlier, and it's actually against the Mirror, so pretty fun match. That's why I included this one. I start with Bridget in hand, which is always nice. I had Lele for it anyways, but it's always nice to start with Bridget in hand, and I get to go first, which is always slightly beneficial. I'll go for 2 Salandits and an Oranguru. And if my active Fomantis gets knocked out, that's okay. I have 1 more in the deck, and I'm only going to need 1 Lurantis for this matchup towards the end. Opponent Nest Balls for his 2nd Salandit. And right now I pretty much have whatever option I want. The only downfall to that turn was I was not able to manually attach an energy. So opponent Ultra Balls away a Heat Poison, or a Hot Poison Salazzle, which is good for at least 30 damage if he activates that ability, which I don't play one in this deck, although I did consider making room for one. I just don't know what I want to get rid of for that. I want to keep the consistency of my deck. He goes ahead and Super Rods him back in and goes for Sycamore. Hits a Max Elixir and it manually attaches to the active. So he's sort of pulling away on the board state right now. Hits me for weakness with Salandit. There's that 2nd Fomantis that I'll need for the late game. So if this active Fomantis gets knocked out, that's fine. Looks like that's what's going to happen because I only have one energy on board right now, and I don't really want to give up any of those other Pokemon. And I did decide to Sycamore there because I don't know, I just wanted to speed through my deck because I'm behind on the energy, so I want to catch back up to the board state. So I did go for the Sycamore, even though I had to get rid of a few, 3 or 4 pretty good things. He evolves into Salazzle, goes for the Heat Blast for the KO. I'm going to get to take the first swing on his main attacker at the moment. Place down Scorched Earth, which I really don't want him to have, but I just wanted to thin out my deck to ensure that I hit an energy off that in, which I hit plenty. And I go for a Heat Blast for 140. I could have Ultra Balled for Lurantis there, but it wouldn't have made much of a difference, and I want to keep those Salandits basic for my 2 max elixirs that I'm trying to find, so that's why I didn't use that Ultra Ball. I didn't want to overextend my resources at the moment. He is way ahead of me on the board state right now, and he goes for the Queen Haze GX, and now he's 5 energy ahead of me on the board state, which is not good. I'm pretty much going to have to spend this turn trying to catch up. The good thing is I do have a healthy Salazzle in the active spot, so I can tank 1 hit, and I know that I do play that 1 Acerola, which may allow me to catch back up to the board state. Go for an in here, and him back down to 5. I'll get 6. And I do find one of my 2 max elixirs here, and I get to get rid of his Float Stoned Salazzle, which is important because now he has to keep that active, and it is damaged and ready for me to knock out next turn, unless he's able to somehow make a play around that. And I have 2 threats now on my bench, so really this next turn I'm going to take a hit probably, and I'm just going to try to use Scorched Earth and my basic energy there to dig for something that'll allow me to find my Acerola. That's basically my main plan at this point. Just Acerola up the active and take a KO with one of my benched Salazzles. Probably the one without a choice band, so that I can save the choice band one for later on. I assume he's gonna field blow it before then, but we just kind of gotta act like he's not going to. And I do just top deck the Acerola, which is always nice. Didn't even have to try to dig for it. And I don't attach any of those tools because I don't want to overextend my resources and to have something important get field blowed. And I do get to take the prize lead at this point, and actually I feel pretty comfortable with this board state, honestly. He goes ahead and Guzmas this benched Salazzle with 1 energy, maybe hoping that I can't attach energy to it somehow and attack back. Go ahead and looks like I'm maybe trying to thin out my hand. Yep, I go ahead. I'll probably duff the. Oh no, I go ahead and. Oh yeah, I would evolve my bench Salandit and go for an Oranguru, and I do find a Guzma before the Scorched Earth, which is nice because I kind of wanted to get myself into this 3 prize position here. Take a KO with a healthy Salazzle so that he cannot, first of all, take a rebound KO without finding a Guzma of his own. Second of all, this puts me in position to 1-hit KO him because with Diabolical Claws I hit for 50 per prize card that I've taken, so 150, add 30 with the choice band, and then 20 with Lurantis, that's 200, and that's a 1-hit KO on a Salazzle. So he does find a Guzma to take out my benched, damaged Salazzle, which is fine. I promote the healthy one. I go ahead and Sycamore those 2 worthless cards. And right here, probably should have just put 1 Lele back in my hand rather than shuffling all those pointless cards back in my deck, but I do have the KO. I'm feeling pretty comfortable right here. Take the 200 damage KO thanks to Lurantis, and I just don't see how my opponent catches up here. So benches a Turtonator. He can't even use Nitro Tank. He's used all 4 max elixirs. I just don't see how he comes back at this point. So yep, that's the game. I did less damage than my opponent overall, and I had a smaller, bigger attack, but my biggest attack did count with a one-hit KO, so I made it count there, and that was a really good match, fun match. Yep, and that's it for that one. Alright guys, thank you for watching my first YouTube video. Let's go ahead and open up a few packs here to celebrate. I got this Dark Explorers pack off the ladder, so hopefully we can get Full Art Darkrai EX or something cool. Actually, Reverse Holo Random Receiver is pretty cool. And a Heatmore, so nothing great there. I've also paired Salazzle GX with Weavile, and I've had a lot of success with that. That's also a very fun deck. In fact, I think I prefer that a little more than I prefer Lurantis, but I do like Lurantis a lot as well. Torcat, so far nothing good at all. We'll open up this final... Actually, let's open up this crate. Every once in a while you get something good out of one of these. Wailord, nothing so far. Alright, we'll open up this last untradeable pack. I'm gonna save the rest of my packs to trade for things, but we'll end here. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to see more vids. Nice, a ultra rare. We're not even on the last card yet. Starmie Break. Wow, that seems pretty bad. Probably never play that, but it's an ultra rare nonetheless, so pretty cool. And apparently I never had a Doug Trio, so that's a new card for me. Awesome. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, any suggestions for the videos, and I will catch you next time.